Hi, superstars. It is time for math. We are on lesson 10-2. Make 14, 15, and 16. Let's look at our first problem. Put 15 counters in the double 10 frame to show 10 ones and some more ones. Then complete the equation to match the counters. So we're going to put 15 counters in the double 10 frame. We're going to first fill up our first 10 frame. Since it's 15, we know that it is larger than 10, so we must fill in our first 10 frame. And we know that there are 10 counters in that first frame, even without counting. So we start from 10 and count on now as we fill in the second 10 frame. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now we are going to complete the equation. In our first 10 frame, we have 10 counters. So that is 10 ones or 1 10. In our second 10 frame, we have 5 counters. 10 plus 5 equals 15. You can count to double check. Remember to start at 10 and count on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we counted correctly. Okay, let's now listen to our short video.
Jada wants to write an equation to tell how many counters in all. She uses a double 10 frame and 2 color counters to do so.
I'm going to do the math.
Jada finds that filling a 10 frame gives her a group of 10 ones. What color is the group of 10? The group of 10 is red. How many extra ones are there? What color are they? There are 4 extra ones. They are yellow. What equation can Jada write? She writes 10 plus 4 equals 14. There are 14 counters.
Okay, we're going to try this. We are going to see how many counters there are. We're going to drag the counters into the 10 frames. We will fill in the top 10 frame with red counters first. So it looks like we're filling up our first 10 frame. So we know that there are 10 red counters. And now we will start putting in the yellow counters in our second 10 frame. So there are 6 yellow counters. So we know that our equation would be 10, because we have a group of 10, one group of 10, or 10 ones plus 6 ones equals 16.
Jada has another set of counters and writes an equation to tell how many counters in all. How many counters does she put into the top 10 frame? She makes a group of 10 counters and fills the top 10 frame. She places 6 counters in the bottom 10 frame. Then she writes 10 plus 6 equals 16. Does Jada write an equation to match her counters? Yes. The 10 matches the red counters and the 6 matches the yellow counters. There are 16 counters. Now you know how to make 14 and 16.
Let's look at our guided practice. Our first problem asks us to write an equation to match the counters. So we have a double 10 frame here. Our first 10 frame has how many counters in it? It has one set of 10 or 10 ones. Our second 10 frame has 4 ones. 10 plus 4 equals 14. You can double check and count. Start from 10 and count on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10 plus 4 equals 14. Let's look at problem number 2. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to write an equation to match the counters. Our first 10 frame is full, so that means there are 10 ones or 110. And then our second 10 frame has 5 ones. You can count them to make sure. And 10 plus 5 equals, start at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 10 plus 5 equals 15. Let's look at number 3. Again, our first 10 frame is full, so we know that those are 10 ones or 110. Our second frame has 6 ones. You can count to double check. So 10 plus 6 equals how many? We start at 10 and count on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's go to number 4. Let me lift this up. For number 4, we're going to fill in the 10 frames with counters to match the equation. So our equation says 10 plus 4 equals 14. So what do we do first? We fill in our first 10 frame. We fill it in, and we know that once it's full, there are 10 counters. Our second 10 frame, how many counters should we draw? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 plus 4 equals 14. Number 5. Same thing, we're going to draw counters to match our equation. First 10 frame, we're going to fill up. We know once we fill it up that there are 10 counters in it. Mine are a little sloppy, but there are 10 counters there. Then our second 10 frame, we are going to add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 plus 5 equals 15. We are on our independent practice, which you will do independently. I will do the first one, number 6, with you. It says draw counters and write an equation to show how to make 16. So we know that we want 16 total. So we will fill our first 10 frame. And we know that once a 10 frame is full, that is 10 ones or 110. And now we fill in our second 10 frame with 6 counters. You can count to make sure that is correct. Start at 10 and count on. All right, superstars, I want you to complete your independent practice independently. Until next time, have a wonderful day.